5 Times Tony Denied Having a Kid by Katie the Book Nerd. Chapter 2. The Second Time. Paparazzi. Hey, Hap, Tony called out from his seat in the living area. Yeah? Happy replied, entering the room. Don't worry about getting the kid today. I got him, Tony told him, not glancing up from the tablet in his hands. Are you sure? Pepper mentioned you have a big meeting at 6, and he'll be here all weekend. Happy reminded him. Yes, I remembered. He hadn't. I'm just picking him up from school. That'll take a few hours tops. Happy rolled his eyes and left, not bothering to argue with the genius. Sir, if you are planning to pick up Mr. Parker, then I suggest you leave in the next 2 minutes, as traffic is heavier than usual. Friday announced. Thanks, Fry. I'm on my way. Tony told the AI, grabbing his keys. After 45 minutes, Tony pulled up in front of the school. Not even 30 seconds later, Peter slid into the passenger seat with his bags. Hey, kid, how was school? Tony asked him casually. Like him, picking up kids from school was a completely normal thing for him. It was good, thanks. He paused for a minute. Don't take this the wrong way, Mr. Stark, but why are you here? Peter questioned. You were on the science fair last weekend, right? He asked him, not quite answering Peter's question. Yeah. How did you know that? Peter asked, confused. Unimportant. Anyway, I figured I would take you out for ice cream or something, if you wanted. To celebrate, he suggested nonchalantly. Like you didn't know how excited Peter would probably be. That would be amazing! Thanks, Mr. Stark! Peter grinned. Tony took a couple more turns and pulled up in front of this small hole-in-the-wall shop. He had discovered it a few years ago and found it to be the perfect place to both lie low and to get a perfect snack. He hadn't been in a while, so after hearing Peter's big accomplishment, he figured he would kill 2 birds with 1 stone. The black and white checkered floors greeted him as he pushed through the front door. They headed up the counter, getting in line to order. The room smelled like chocolate, making Tony's decision easier. As Peter repeated what he wanted, it was clear he had the same thought as Tony. A teenage girl in a lavender apron took their order, luckily not noticing who was in front of them. 2 minutes later, they had paid and gotten their dessert. This place has great ice cream, he explained as they took a seat at an old vinyl booth. And there's less of a chance of us being spotted here. If we're lucky, we won't have to deal with any paparazzi. They were not lucky. As soon as they left the shop, they were bombarded by flashing cameras and people screaming Tony's name. It was blinding for Tony, and he'd been used to it since he was a kid. He couldn't imagine how overwhelmed Peter must be, especially considering his senses. The man took hold of Peter's arm as they attempted to push through. Mr. Stark! Mr. Stark! Called out one. Hey, kid! How did you know him? Another yelled to Peter, causing Tony's grip to tighten ever so slightly. The one that really caught Tony's attention was, Mr. Stark, is this a secret son you are finally revealing? At that, everyone swarmed even closer, if that was possible. Some even went so far as to try to grab Peter. That was the final straw. Everybody, listen up, he yelled, which made all of them quiet. A few things. 1, Peter isn't my son. Not that it is any of your business. He is an intern at my company. 2, if you all don't give us some space, I will have all of you fired and sued in about 2 seconds for harassment of a minor, which, as you know, is a serious offence. And 3, get out of the way. His tone left no room for argument, and it was the most impressive the way they parted, leaving a path for the two. He started leading Peter forward in the direction of the car, and thankfully, they were able to get in and drive away without any more hassle. They stayed silent for a few minutes before Tony finally spoke. Sorry about that. You aren't hurt or anything, are you? He asked, checking the teen over for any sort of harm. He didn't know what he would do if something had happened to Peter because of him. Peter chuckled. No, I'm fine. Thanks, Mr. Stark. It's no problem. Besides, May would have killed me if something had happened to you. He tried playing it off coolly. Okay, sure, Peter said, to let him know he didn't buy any of Tony's nonchalant behaviour. Unfortunately for Tony, the two had gotten to the point where Peter could see right through his covers. Anyway, thanks for the ice cream. Of course, Tony told him, smiling at the kid. They made it back, with enough time for Tony to make his meeting. He had tried his best to slow down their route along the way, to avoid yet another finance discussion. But Pepper hadn't hesitated to drag him into a conference room the second he and Peter returned. That weekend they got work done at the compound, such as upgrades for Peter's suit, and an investigation into nanotechnology for Tony's. Everything ran smoothly until Sunday. Pepper burst through the door with an article pulled up on a tablet. In the picture, Tony's arm was wrapped around Peter's shoulders, while the boy kept his head firmly on his beat-up Converse, keeping his face hidden from the cameras. "Tony Stark's secret son?" she yelled at him. "You are so lucky you can't tell that is Peter," she told him, fuming. Tony had at least had the decency to be ashamed, while Peter cracked up. End of chapter. Hi guys, hope you enjoyed that one. I like that idea. Sometimes if you find a good ice cream place, it's really nice. My family found one when we were in Italy, and I have not stopped thinking about that ice cream since, and it's been 7 months. And anyway, yeah, Tony being protective of Peter, I mean, what are we here for? You guys know the drill. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell to be notified whenever I upload a new video. Have a good day, night, or whatever time zone you're in. Bye, my guys, gals, and non-binary pals. I'll see you in another video. Take care.